Hi everyone, this is Nadia. I'm an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs into a healthy, empowered life story to live a balanced life. This sedation I want to cover is based on a conversation that I usually have with people. It's a running conversation, but today it wasn't a conversation, so I took a cab home. I didn't drive today. And the cab driver was an Algerian guy and had a fantastic conversation with him, and something I want to share on camera. Today's topic is all covering about the complete moral decline of Western society. Okay, so unsurprisingly, without any surprise that most people in Western society are extremely dirty and cheap. I mean this at every level. I mean this sexually, I mean this emotionally, physically, just literally everything. So this Algerian guy was obviously in his 50s, he was telling me. And he said that he came to the UK in the 1990, and he came looking for a better life, as most people did when you immigrate to Western society, or so on and so forth. And he was asking me where I'm from, and to add many things. And he said, my God, this country's been... I just laughed, and he said, I'm Algerian, and I feel so sorry for English people. I really feel sad. And I said, I can understand that. And I just looked and laughed at him, and I said, this country's finished. I just don't expect anything. And he was pretty much saying the same thing, that, that is commonplace with people, but people don't care. And he said, there's nothing left in this society. People are fake, shallow, empty, materialistic, cheap, dirty. There's no loyalty. There's nothing. I said, he said, I drive a cab, and he's just like, I was like, how was Algeria? So I started asking him questions, and he said, yeah, it was really good. It's 24 degrees. And I said, look, in my previous video, I said this to people, that the UK is a very depressing place in the winter. Like, people lose the will to live in the UK. That's how depressing it is. So I've just come home, and it's freezing outside. It's so cold. I had to go see somebody, and I was like, I'm just jumping in a cab and I'm going home. I'm just not dealing with this. People are Christmas shopping like the world is ending. They do that every single year. Like I said in my previous video, people shop like they're never going to see food again. I always laugh and I wonder, what are people in these countries going to do when they take all the food away, when they take all the drink? What are you going to do? They've never seen any hardship. People in the West are used to being catered to. They're used to an easy, cushy, comfortable, moany, needy, and weak life. Everything is a moan. It's a victim mentality, and you demand things. So he was asking me questions, and I said, sir, if I was a man and I was trying to find a wife in Western society, I'd have given up. And he started laughing. He was so shocked. And he said, there's so many women that get in my cab every day. And he said, they scream and they shout and they're stupid. I said, I don't know what to tell you about women. It's an embarrassment. They're not women. We have names for these type of women. They're not polite names. They're not good names. And feminism tricked women in the West to think that they could be a man. They can behave like a man and have the perks of a man, but they don't want to be a man. They don't want to pick up the responsibility of a man, because you can't as a woman, right? I remember reading this forum not too long ago, probably a couple of days ago, and this woman said, I've given up trying to find a husband. Many women feel that way. Many men feel that way. I've given up trying to find a wife. It begs to ask the question, what's happened? What's wrong? Why can't people find somebody to get married to? It goes back to what I started this video with. People are dirty and cheap. On both ends, a person has become a disposable commodity. Women just use a man for money. Men just use women for sex. The end. It's a transaction. These things like dating websites, dating apps, it's just nothing but filth. That's dirt, filth, garbage. It's a cesspit, basically. It's just an absolute cesspit. The main commodity in Western society is sex. I'm bored, so let me find somebody to have sex with. I'm bored. They've never really had sex. That's the joke. They've never really experienced good sex or healthy sex or anything loving. It's just something to, ugh, I'm bored. I just need a release, basically. Like, you can take up a hobby for that. You can go to the gym. You can go learn how to dance. You can go learn how to cook. But people's mentalities are so sexually driven, and not in a healthy sense, that they are so damaged that in Western society, it's just, I'll sleep with you, and I'll sleep with you, and I'll sleep with you. And then they've slept with so many people, they become damaged. Because their consequences, people don't understand their consequences to having sex with too many people, man or woman. Worse for women, worse, 100 million times worse, because you are absorbing a man's energy into your body. If you're somebody like me and you sleep with the wrong man, you'll die. And I don't mean that in a sense of exaggeration. It's because of my psychic gift or something. If I sleep with a man who's got dirty energy, I mean dirty at any level, energetically dirty, he doesn't clean himself, he's got bad habits, his thought patterns are low vibration. I just forget sleeping with someone. I just look at them, I'm like, get away from me. Just don't sit near me, don't touch me, don't even look at me. Ew, go away. It's repulsive. It then flows down into open borders. So it's not healthy for a country to have open borders. It doesn't matter what country you are, where you are. It's not good for a country to have open borders. Why? Well, open borders only bring chaos anywhere. If open borders is like me leaving my front door open. It's a little weird. Why would I want to leave my front door open and go to sleep, unless I'm asking to be robbed? Cabal or elite or the 1% or, like I always say, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. They're fed up with people in the West having too much freedom. They're fed up. Like now the freedom has just gone left, where it's just... People consider in the West it's hoe is life. Just let's sleep. The goal is to be as disgusting as possible and let's sleep with as many people as we can, and then let's complain, oh, I can't find a good person. You don't even know what a good person is. Your energy is not even yours. This is not slut shaming. This is not, no, this is calling things for what they are. But when you point things out to people, they don't like it because they already know what they're doing is not healthy. Who are you to point things out to me? People in the West, they're childish. They're too emotional. I look at people in the Western world, and I've traveled extensively, and they're emotional as hell. And it's like you tell them one thing, and they go off on another tangent. Open borders are a big one. If you let anybody just through your borders, it's a problem. Well, people are always asking me about the migrant situation. It's on purpose. I don't know how to politely put this on camera, but these people are already coming in with low expectations. They are used to living in subhuman conditions, in garbage. So it's very easy to drag the people who are already living at a certain standard into that mess as well. The end goal is to just make the whole world like China. That's not a surprise for anybody. But it gets worse and worse and worse. There was a man that asked me, Nadia, how do I find a wife? And I said, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't know myself. If I was a man and I looked at most women in Western society, I'd be like, I'm just going to quietly leave this room. Just, how has it got to this point? 20 years ago, if women accidentally ever had naked pictures leaked of themselves, they would be a meltdown. They would leave society. These days, they're selling them for $20 online. I look at the men and I'm just like, they're not even men anymore. I don't know what they are, but they're not men. we are facing a type of moral decline that people have never seen in their life before. People used to take pride in how they dressed. They never left home without looking a certain way. These days, you know, even poor men back in the day, I don't mean to sound rude, they were honest with their work. They finished their work. They went home. They cleaned up. They wore their best suit and hat, and they went to the library to read. Now, young men of today just wear tracksuits and rob people. Young women of today are nothing but whores. The more men they can... Some young women have slept with more men than numbers can count. And I start to ask myself questions. How are you functioning? Because when I look at people, it's like that "don't touch me." It goes back to that. It's very difficult. There's an epidemic of people who are single in society, in Western society. Why? For the most part, they can't find somebody to use yet because they're not really looking for anything serious because there's nothing serious about them. But for somebody who is mentally stable and has got their life together, often being single is a very healthy place to be. Not per se because they wish to be single, but it's single out of choice rather than out of force. Why? Because when you look, you're like, how do I find quality people? You need to be at a certain echelon of society, and even there is debauchery, corruption, sickness. People have become morally sick because they keep watching all these horror movies and they keep indulging in things that are opening portals. I go back to the portal thing I was speaking about in the last video. Western society is an open portal. 5G is an open portal, but it gets worse. Sex is a type of portal. I bring it heavily in this video because that's the problem with Western society. You want to responsibly have sex? Have it. I've slept with this person, I'm fed up with them, let me throw them away. Or, oh, I had a relationship for 6 months, it didn't work out. It's not a relationship. We don't know what it is, but don't insult it by calling it a relationship. Why would men need to get married anymore? They've got pornography. And furthermore than that, they don't need that because the common woman in the West. I remember I was trying to put my hot chocolate drink, like I'd finished with the sippy cup, and there was 2 women screaming on the street, and I was just like, don't touch me. Just whatever it is, whatever cooties or germs you have, don't touch me. No gender, no man can complain about women, and no women can complain about men, because I sit here and do it for both. You cannot believe how depraved and sick people have become in Western society. The root cause just goes back to sex. Sex is not a bad thing. It's a healthy thing. It's a healing thing. It's a good thing. It's a loving thing. But people are so emotionally damaged that the only thing that they think how they're gonna find, it's a way to stave off boredom. Oh, let me sign up to Tinder so I don't have to be alone. So I can infect my whatever it is to other people. Women always come and ask me, how do I find a husband? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. There are good people out there. For the people who will understand this video, look, there are good people out there. Not everybody's gone, man. There are good people out there. But the thing with good people is they're not often noticed. Because we live in such a superficial society, and a society that is so looks and image driven, a man can easily say, I want to find a wife. And then when a wife crosses his path, he'll throw her away for a dirty and cheap woman. He himself, with his own hands, will throw this woman away. Because she didn't come in the package, she didn't come in the wrapping that he wanted. So he'll throw her away. Next thing you know, the dirty and cheap woman or whoever it is, and I'm here to call out people, call them for filth, call them names. If you don't like it, don't watch my videos. Is a gold digger. He took her around the world. She's eaten him alive. She took all his money. She left him. This is a story of many men. Because these men don't have the understanding of what a healthy woman is and an unhealthy woman or a toxic woman is. They think all women are the same. Same thing with women and men. People of today are so damaged and sick that they love toxic people. They love people who treat them badly. In fact, the worse you treat people in today's world, the happier they are. If you're good to people in today's world, they think you're weak, they think you're stupid, they think you're soft, they think you're whatever it is. Sometimes I go out and I'm just like, you know, I might go into a shop and a guy held the door open for me. I'm like, oh, thank you. And it's almost like he's looking at me like, why is she so nice? Why is she so polite? Because what men are used to seeing in Western society are rude, rough, aggressive, bitchy, nasty, masculine. I want to be a man. I want to be a man. I'm so desperate to be a man. So they can't imagine that you're just happy being a woman. Then they start wondering what's wrong with you. Women are the same. They'll have a good man and with their own hands throw him away for some toxic, loser, playboy, womanizer, fuckboy, some misogynistic piece of garbage who beats women, treats women like garbage. It's weird. Like, how sick in the head do you have to be? Most people don't want, in Western society, most people don't want a good person. They're not looking for a good person. They're looking for a person who validates how badly they feel about themselves on the inside. I have seen this so many times that on a very rare occasion, a guy meets a good woman and he throws her away because she didn't look dirty, she didn't look cheap, you know, she didn't look like what he wanted her to look like, so he couldn't use her, he couldn't sleep with her quickly, basically. The short answer, you get all these men's pages, these poor little pickup artists, because they're so desperate, and obviously their mother never loved them correctly. And it's like, here's how to sleep with a woman in 3 dates. I'll save a lot of guys the drama. Go find a prostitute. I'll save you drama. Stop ruining people's lives, man. Go find a prostitute, take whatever money she's charging you, have it, do it, finished, done. Stop wasting people's lives. It's the same thing for women. I just look at people and I'm like, you know what? It's a level of done that even I can't mentally comprehend. Let's move away from men and women. Let's talk about friendships. Very difficult to find a real friendship in Western society. Western society bases itself on a notion of transaction. You do this for me and I'll do this for you. They're cold, they're mean, they're selfish. But they want everyone to help them. The amount of time I've lost, I could count on my hands, toes, and probably all the cutlery in my house. The amount of times people have come and asked me for help, but they've forgotten all the nasty ways they spoke to me before, all the ways that they dismissed me. Because like I said in many of my videos, that I've covered the sexual part, people in the West only care about money. Money is their god. They don't need money. They don't need religion. They don't need spirituality. They don't need to pray. They don't need to be nice to people. They just need money. They need the latest Chanel handbag. They need those Gucci shoes. They need whatever Kanye West is peddling, because money is their god. And when money becomes your god, people are usable commodities to throw away. Most people's relationship with money is of greed. I want more, I need more, not from a healthy place, not from a place of I want to live peacefully and safe. It's I want to buy X amount so I can show people, ha, I am better than you, I have more than you, I can do more than you. That's what social media is about. Let me go and take all these pictures for Instagram so I can show people that I'm doing better than you. I might be in debt. My marriage might be on the brink. I might have a life-threatening illness, but I need to stunt and flex on people. It's very important because life is not so much a money game, it's a status game. I often I just wonder alone. I sit and I wonder alone about this stuff. Does anybody else feel the way I do? Or is it just me? And there's so many people that come across like the Algerian cab driver in a day-to-day basis. He said, you know, man, I stopped drinking alcohol 11 years ago. He said, I'm a Muslim man and I didn't want to give the wrong impression to my children. And I said, that's good for you. I said, it's good. It's not just about giving the wrong impression to your children. It's about cleaning yourself up as well. Sir, you can't be a good father to your children if you're a drunk. If all you're doing is entertaining yourself with alcohol. What do you think your children are going to learn? Children are a map of their parents. You can often look at someone and see what type of family they've come from. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree unless you really make that decision of saying, you know, I came from trash, but I came from trash, but trash is not going to come from me. I am breaking the cycle. In Western society, being loyal is opening yourself up for abuse. People are just mainly users. They see what they can use you for. It's like, can I use you for a job? Can I use you for sex? Can I use you for money? Can I use you for a place to stay? Can I use you because you look good next to me? A lot of guys, they just have like a trophy. I see this all the time when I go out. You know the guy's not interested in her and he's probably talking to somebody else online because they're all like robots. And, you know, people hate the truth. People really, really can't stand the truth. They want to be left to their stupidity. So we have now reached a point in society that it's better not to talk about things. Just leave people to what they want to do because they obviously think they're right, so that's fine. Western society is a complete moral decline. If women are selling naked pictures online, it tells you the state of Western society. It just tells you. No respectable woman gets up and thinks, oh, you know what? I really, really want to sell naked pictures and videos of myself because I feel empowered. I don't know what type of empowerment it is to sell your body for cheap. I don't know what type of empowerment women think this is, but this is another level of stupidity. There's another level of immodesty, of shamelessness. There are no words of obscenity, vulgarity. People are very proud to be like pigs in today's world. They're very proud to be disgusting, vulgar. They have no manners. They have nothing. If you're nice to people in today's society, I say this repeatedly, they think you're weak. So sometimes you need to show people your teeth. Some people have been very surprised when they deal with me. I'm usually a polite lady. I like being that way. Some people have just disrespected me. They've crossed the boundary. They've seen my teeth. Now, once you see my teeth, you never see me again. That's it. It's a wrap. I don't want to deal with you. People are intimidated when you are of quality. People are intimidated generally. This is how low society has fallen, that they're intimidated when you're of quality. They're intimidated when you have good standards. They're intimidated when they know that they are low class, dirty, cheap, shameless, flashy. That's another, let me wrap it up on that. The flashiness of today's society is materialism, basically. People are very desperate to show you they have money. Only fools wear riches on their body, and well, let's see left on how people are going with that. If you don't wear designer clothes in Western society, you must be poor. That's it. That must be it. They worship all these little, these celebrities, these idols. Oh my God, did you see Kanye West wore that? Oh my God, Kim Kardashian. People are obsessed with that woman because the level of blood rituals and magic that that family does, it's a different level. I might have to do a whole separate video on it. That people are obsessed. They are obsessed. It's a level of obsession that's sick. They wear all these brand names because all these brands control them mentally. Mind control 101. These brands control them, so they're obsessed to wear these brands because brands are a way to show people you can afford things. I have the money to buy it, so I just have to remind everybody I can buy it. because I'm such a loser. It's the inferiority complex. It's an insecurity people have in Western society. I don't feel enough. I'm never gonna be enough. I could eat ginger, I don't know, ginger man bread cookies from Gucci and it's still not enough. There is the difference between enjoying luxury and there's a difference between using luxury as a weapon. People in Western society use luxury as a weapon to make other people feel bad. Oh, I can afford these design things. It's like kids are very nasty to each other. We know that. But people in the West are just grown up children. They're just grown up children. The state of moral decline is just unbelievable. People don't even know how to put the washer on. They don't know how to do their own dishes. They don't know how to wash clothes. They don't know how to turn on a vacuum cleaner. What's wrong with you? But you know how to dance on TikTok. This is a type of mental illness people don't want to address. And a lot of people will watch these videos, whether they watch them on whatever platform, and be like, oh Lord, here she is ranting again. I don't individually tell people they're going wrong in their life. They just see the results of it. Your life, I even say this on my site. Your life is a sum of your decisions. Most people make shit decisions, so they have a shit life. They think it's a great life, and no, it's not. It lacks sense. It lacks wisdom. It lacks modesty. It lacks anything. All I can conclude this video for you guys is this. If you are still somebody that has traditional values like myself, if you are still somebody that has sense in the head, stay away from most people. They'll corrupt you, they'll try and drag you into their filth. No. Have standards, and don't let your standards drop for people. And furthermore, there should be consequences and penalties for your standards dropping. Or for people trying to make you drop those standards. Western society is a pit. It's only gonna get worse. The only person that can save you is yourself. Think very carefully. You know, just because you had a good time with somebody in the past doesn't justify that they can come in your present and ruin your life, or they can come in your future and ruin your life. You got one shot in this incarnation for your life. Don't fuck it up, man. Don't end up with the wrong person. Don't end up with wrong friends. People think they have friends. Oh look, I bought this designer label with my friends. This is how children behave. There comes a point, I want to wrap this up now. There comes a point where you get to a certain age, and if you're still doing childish and stupid things, people will look at you, people with sense in the head will look at you and back away themselves. No. They're just not going to bother with you. Just do your best to be a good person inside, not for people, not for this world, but for the love that you share for God, for the love that you share for yourself. Because I guarantee you there are people looking for something good, something healthy. There are people who are looking for genuine good friends. I know they're few, they're rare. There are people who are still looking for a husband. There are women still looking for a husband. There are men still looking for a wife. It's not the majority, but like a niche business like Spartanite is not for mainstream, it's not for the majority of people, but it's for the people who truly understand it. Never stop being a good person. Just because somebody didn't value you, they threw you away, it doesn't warrant you to stop being a good person. For virtual work, one-to-one consultations, and elite mentoring, I'd love to hear from you soon. Take care.